Welcome. Let's do our first issue with Xrev Transmit. Once we've got our revisions placed on our sheets and they're all set up the way we need them to, we can initiate Xrev Transmit. If we go to our Add-ins tab, we can select Issue, and Xrev Transmit starts up. There are three options to do an issue. We can do a new issue with transmittal. We can append to an existing issue. So this is used when you've got sheets spread across multiple files and you want them all to show up on the one transmittal. Or we can do an untracked issue where we don't create a transmittal at all. So today we're going to do a new issue with transmittal. Alright, so we're now on the Sheets tab. As you can see, we're pulling a lot of information from Revit. We've got the project name, the client name, the address, the status. We can change any of this information except for the project number. All information in Xrev is stored by the project number. Down here we have all the sheets in the project. We now want to select which sheets we want to issue. We can do that by selecting sheet sets. We can do it by using our select all or select none, or we can explicitly check which ones. We can also change some of the information in these columns. You can see we're picking up scales from Revit, and it also picks up the individual scales of the view as opposed to just listing as indicated. Alright, so let's move to the next step now that we've selected some sheets. Here we've got the Formats tab. So the formats showing here are based on what profile I have selected. This is my company default profile and these are the company options that we have. So in this circumstance I want to generate an A3 PDF and a DWG in 2007 format. These names are fully configurable and you can set them all in the settings. As you can see, there's some information behind how things are all set up, but we won't look at that at this point in time. Moving forward, next. Alright, who do we want to issue to? So we're filling out transmittal information. What's the reason for the issue? Who's it being issued by? So we can change this information. It's pulling that from the issued by field in the revision schedule in Revit. We can select who we want to issue to. We can add additional people from our contacts register within Xrev Transmit, or we can remove people from the project. In this circumstance we're just going to issue to Frank Gehry and Jason Nosage. So we're going to choose issue. What format do we want to issue? Well, we're going to go by email in this circumstance. And we want to issue in both DWG and PDF format. You can see it's automatically picking up the size based on the PDF paper size. Alright, so now our next button is available because we've selected our recipients and the methods they're going to receive their files in. We can choose next. Finally, we've had a summary of everything that's going to happen. We're going to, for this particular project, issue drawings with this reason. We're going to give this a specific issue name and I'm just going to call it consultant information. We're going to select, so we can see our distribution list, who it's going to, what formats they're receiving, and also what drawings they're going to receive. So if we now choose issue, Xrev will now process all that information. We can see we'll get up-to-date progress of where things are at. All happening pretty quickly. Alright, so all those files have now been generated. So let's have a look in the folder. You can see here I've got my job folder. It's generated a folder with today's date in the naming convention that I asked for. It's got the issue name as a description. I've actually got certain drawings going into different discipline folders, so my architectural drawings are in here, PDFs, DWGs. You can see my PCP files have automatically been deleted because that's the option I wanted. Civil drawings, structural drawings, and then I've got my document transmittal that records all that information. And this has all been pulled directly from Revit information. I hope you found that useful. Thanks.